Good evening, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us. This is the 10K Project. Tonight is our weekly Bet on Black pitch where we love on a Black founder who's doing amazing things in their industry, and tonight will not disappoint. I am joined here by Miss Angela with Bamblu, and I am going to pull up Angela's campaign page. So this campaign is a little different than what we're used to this evening. This campaign is a rewards-based campaign. And if you guys who have been around since the beginning, we've only had one other rewards-based campaign, and that was Black Facts, if you remember that. Shout out to Ken and Dale at Black Facts. But I was so excited when I came across this campaign and came across this product that I wanted you guys to experience it the way I have experienced it. And we'll talk about my experience in a moment. But this is Bamblu. It is on I Fund Women. This is actually the first time we're visiting this platform. So shout out to I Fund Women. It's a platform only for women. And I know the guys are going to say, oh, what about the guys? Y'all got WeFunder, Start Engine, all them other ones. Y'all got enough. There are 80 portals out there registered by FINRA. So it's okay if one is dedicated to the women, okay? But Angela's campaign is out there. This is a rewards-based platform. Many of these founders have services, but some also have products and other projects that they're working on. And so Angela's campaign has a pledge of $3,014 from 24 funders. She's got 41 days left in this campaign. I am proud to share that I am one of those 21 funders.
Thank you.
And I am very, very pleased. So we'll be putting this campaign link in, especially since we know that this is the first time we're going here. The way the page is set up is very similar to the other campaign pages that we've had, except this is not an investment for equity or investment for debt or anything like that, right? So we'll talk a little bit about that because this is rewards based. So for your investment, you actually receive a reward or a product. The updates are here. There's an FAQ section. All of the nuts and bolts of this page is very similar to the other campaign pages that we've seen because the Jobs Act kind of determines what the portals have to look like. So it allows them, while they all have a different flair, they all have all of the same structure behind it. So it makes it easier. So the reward, so this is a rewards-based campaign, right? So your investment or your funding goes towards one of these rewards. And so you get to decide which reward you want to invest in, right? Or fund. And so when you invest, you actually get the item. That's how the rewards works in this situation, right? And Angela will talk about all of the products that she has, but this is the page with all of the rewards listed. We're going to talk about that chunky blanket because it was out of stock when I did mine. So we're going to talk about if that's back in stock. But I'm just going to scan through all of the rewards here, and we'll be able to talk a little bit more detail about those a little later. Okay. So with that said, I am going to stop sharing. I'm going to turn it over.
We could actually go back and share it just one more time, just so we can play the video at the top, because I would love
let's do it.
To let the group see, as an introduction. It kind of introduces the brand.
Okay, so let me go to make sure we got sound.
Oh yeah, that is a tricky thing to make sure that the sound shares at the same time.
Yes. And Zoom keeps changing how they do this.
About weekly, maybe?
Yeah. Because now they're requiring a password. Hold on.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Share your computer. No, hold on. We're good. To share your computer audio, please install Zoom audio device.
Oh, see?
Well, now y'all doing too much.
Okay. Patrice is asking, my last name is Hawkins.
Hawkins, I'm sorry. I should have said that. I'm sorry, Angela.
No worries. And as you're doing that, I can kind of introduce myself. So
Yeah.
I am Angela Hawkins. I'm the owner and founder of Bamblu. So Bamblu is a sleep company. We like to say we offer our customers products to get them the rest they need so they can live the lives they want. I am located in Atlanta, Georgia. Bamblu has been in existence since 2017. We actually started under a different name. We were Les Creatifs Linen. So if you all have heard of Les Creatifs Linen in the past, that was our original name, and we were focused on bedding. That was the whole premise behind the brand. Was I developed the brand as a solution to help my husband with his sleeping issues. He was a troubled sleeper, and as a non-troubled sleeper, I began to adopt some of his stress because he wasn't sleeping, therefore I wasn't sleeping. And a lot of his issues had to do with him sweating through the night. He was having allergic skin reactions from the bedding. We tried switching the detergents. We tried cooling blankets, cooling pillows. We just could not get him to be comfortable while he slept. So that meant he was up all night watching movies, or just passing the time and not sleeping. And so as a good wife, I thought it was my duty to try to resolve this for him. So like I said, we tried the cooling blankets, the cooling pillows, expensive mattresses, all the things, and did not find any resolve until I stumbled on natural fiber bedding. And when I did, it was instantaneous, the reaction that I got from him. As a man, to have him to come into the room and put his hands on the bed and say, "This fabric feels amazing." It was
Mm.
just like, okay, all right, this is not, my husband is not a fabric person. And then when we got in the bed, he said, "This feels really good. I like the way this feels." It felt like a 5-star hotel bed for him. So we got in the bed, slept through the night, and he woke up in the morning. He said, "I did not sweat. I slept through the night. I feel great. Whatever this is how we sleep from now on." And to me, my entrepreneur mind just started turning, and I said, you know what? Everybody sleeps.
Everyone deserves.
Everybody sleeps. And then I started to do some more of the research. Some of the research I had originally been doing as I was trying to solve his issues, I found that the CDC said 30% of Americans are sleep deprived. And
Mm.
if you think about what what it means to be sleep deprived, it means that you're not showing up as your best self. You're tired. You're exhausted. You're showing up for work, and see, Tracy said, "I'm sleep deprived." You're showing up for work and you're not your best self. You're showing up for life and you're not your best self. But not only that, sleep deprivation then also translates into health issues. So you're showing up with hypertension, diabetes, all kinds of issues that come from the fact that the body is not able to go through its normal checks and balances. It's not able to restore, replenish, rejuvenate. It's not able to do what it needs in order to work at its optimal. So if that's the case, and I've solved this problem for my husband by changing our bedding to invest in something to truly help him, then my question from there was, is there an opportunity to impact more lives beyond my own home? And if that is the case, then can I bring this product to market and talk to that 30% of Americans in hopes that I can find some that I can impact? Now, recognizing that there are others that are truly impacted by health-related issues that impact their sleep. And to those people, I would love to be able to offer products just to get them comfortable. But I am not clinical. There's truly a place for you to see a doctor. But when it's as simple as addressing how you sleep, what you sleep in, what you invest in to get that good sleep, I want to be the resource to do that.
I love that. All right. I think I have our issue figured out.
Yay.
So let's share. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, right there at the top. My name is Angela Hawkins. I'm the owner and founder of Bamblu. We like to say we offer our customers the opportunity to get the rest they need so they can live the lives they want. And we do that with our suite of luxury products made of bamboo. Bamblu first started as a bedding company, but we wanted to talk about sleep as a pillar of health. And in order to do that, we needed to come into the market with a whole solution. We offer bedding, pajamas, and sleep accessories. When we got into 2021, I could see that we were kind of plateauing and we needed a new way to talk to our customer. We started bringing in new products and live streaming every Thursday. So we're building community and we're building an opportunity to get through this difficult time where we're building back up our inventory coffers, which I can guarantee will then turn into sales. When those products do come back, the people are still there for the brand. Making the customer feel engaged, making the customer feel we're glad they're here is probably one of the most important things that we do.
Nice.
Yay. So that's a little video that we put together just to introduce people to the brand, those who do not know the brand just yet, and then also to talk about why we are pitching this crowdfunding campaign. So basically what our point is with the crowdfunding campaign is we want to make sure that we give our audience, our supporters, an opportunity to support us through a very trying time. This is, as we all know, as you just mentioned, Tawana, there is an economic downturn right now that a lot of us are experiencing. As a product-based business, as an entrepreneur, we started to feel that a little early on, probably late 2021, we started to feel the impacts of it. And we started to see sales decline. What for me, the sales the declination really came from was not being able to invest in our primary products. So because we are a luxury brand, we invest in very luxurious products. And investing in those products means that we need to buy a lot of, when I say lots of, I mean quantity and, the actual lot of fabric in order to make the product. And in order to do that, we have to invest. We've been relying on the fact that it was quite easy in 2020 and early 2021 to be able to get funding to do things. Because of the pandemic, there were a lot of opportunities to get funding. As you get into late 21 and early 22, you started to see that those opportunities kind of went away. So when we would go into the banks and asking for funding and not being able to see those funding opportunities come to fruition, we realized that we were trying to convince a branch, a bank, or a funder to believe in us when our community already believes in us. Our community already believes in the brand. So we wanted to give them an opportunity to support the business and be able to bring us to this next level. What we want to do with the funds that we're looking to raise $100,000. And we're looking to raise it by October 1st. And what we want to do with that $100,000 is a couple of big things. We have some products that we have in concept right now that we would love to be able to bring to market. But again, we do have a luxury brand, a luxury product that's going to require us to manufacture quite heavily in order to get into those new products. We also have an opportunity to market those products. You can't bring a product to market and not market it. So we want to make sure that we definitely have the funds available to market those fantastic products so that we can get the people in the door to be able to see what it is we have. And we have a fantastic team of people that really do lean into the brand. We have, they're not only employees of the brand, but they're also fans of the brand, which is huge. So being able to adequately get those people back up and running in a full capacity so that they can market the brand the way that it needs to be marketed makes a huge difference. So we're really excited about that. And we also want to be able to invest back into some of the products that our customers know and love, and they want to be able to see those products back on the shelves. We did invest back into our bedding, which you have been able to experience. The customers love the brand, and I'm so excited that, as a small business owner, I am able to impact as many people as I have. But I also know as a small business owner, it comes with a lot of challenges. I started the business by bootstrapping. I started the business by investing in what I believed in and bringing it to market. but it requires a brand of the size that our Bamblu is going to be. It's a multi-million-dollar brand. In order for it to get there and scale to that level, it needs investment. It needs gas in the tank. So the best way to do it is you can't wait for the banks to say, okay, we feel better about small business now, let us invest. You have to create an opportunity to do that. So that's what we're doing with the crowdfunding. There was a time where I would sit there and get discouraged at the fact that the banks weren't coming to the table, that the investor, the big venture capitalists and things like that weren't coming to the table with big checks for Bamblu. But then I realized I'm asking them to invest in an idea, but I'm asking my customers to invest in a brand and a product that they love. So that's where my comfort level is there. So that's what I wanted to go back to.
I love that. Let's talk about the sheets for a minute, right? So I have the sheets, and I'm already upset that I didn't get 2 pairs. I'll tell you why in a minute. So
I don't know why.
I let's just say I'm a bougie sheet person. Let's start there. Let's start there.
Sheet snob. Right? You're my favorite customer.
I am a sheet snob. And so I was like, Bamboo sheets, what's this about? Right. And we talked and I was like, you made it seem so inviting. I was like, okay, I'm in. So I get the sheets, we put them on the bed. And the first thing I noticed was obviously how they feel. Right. And so all the senses like are going that they feel so smooth and soft and not silky, not like, 70 silky. Cause you sometimes you think
they have a weight to them.
They have a weight to them, but they're soft and they're cool. Like you feel it on your skin, they're cool.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, all right. So out of the package, I'm like, okay, I like this so far. Go to bed the first night. And in my house, we've got one person that's cold natured and one person that's hot natured, right? So
mine too.
We fight with the fan on, the fan off, the sheet on, but like we do that, right? And so the joke was, let's see how these sheets fare with the, with sleeping, because it's always it's a fun time with the sheet. And so wake up, and I'm not a good sleeper. I'm kind of like Tracy, which I giggle when she says she's sleep deprived, because sometimes Tracy and I are up at like 3 o'clock in the morning chatting because we don't sleep. And so, so I don't get a lot of sleep. 4 hours for me is a good night, right? That's a good night. When I get 4 hours, I'm good to go the next day. So I actually put the sheets on a Friday, and I remember that because I usually wake up Saturday morning very, very early. And this particular Saturday morning, I slept till like 9:30, which for me is super late, like 5 hours late. And so it was like, did I have a drink? Like when I woke up, I was like, did I drink last night? Because you only sleep like that with a little something to drink. It's like, why am I sleeping? Why did I sleep so long? Because I completely forgot.
I'm loving this story.
And so we wake up and it's just like, and I was like, did I have a drink? What's going on? It was like the sheets. I was like, no, there's no way. The sheet, like, that's not a thing. It was comfortable, but the sheets didn't help me sleep longer. Yes. And so the next night, right? So Saturday night, the same thing. I woke up Sunday. I woke up a little earlier, but it was still much later than I usually wake up. It's like, darn it, these sheets are magical. Like,
they are. I tell people all the time, it's a magical fabric. And
it really is. It really is. There was still a little blanket throwing, but, but we didn't have the issues with the fan on, fan off. Right. The sheets were cool. I even giggled because, sometimes you sleep and you got to get that cool air where you got to have the 1 foot out.
I was going to say the 1 foot out.
I didn't need the 1 foot out because my feet were cool inside. Like real talk, y'all. Y'all know I don't play. Y'all know I don't be bullshitting, right? like real talk. These sheets are amazing. They are absolutely amazing. And so now when I wash them, because obviously I've had them for a little while. I've had to wash them a few times.
I was going to say, I can tell you exactly why you need another pair.
I got to wash them in the morning because that way they'll be ready to go right back on the bed. Angela, I have not put any of my other sheets on since I got these.
Now it's time to come back to get another pair.
I just keep washing them and putting them right back on. Yeah. But I love that I've done that because they've not beat it up. They you don't see any wear and tear on. And I think I probably washed them maybe 6 or 7 times already.
Yeah.
right? They have not shown any evidence of wear and tear, which again tells me it's a solid product.
It is. And
I
look, I
love
got
it.
a whole soapbox that I can stand on and tell you why it holds up like that. It is a phenomenal, magical fabric. And I love to tell people about the benefits of it because it is truly beneficial. You will, people always ask me, how many sets of sheets should I buy? And I always say, oh, just get the one. But when you start looking at your other sheets, like they're the enemy, come back and get another set.
I am at that place. So tonight I will be getting another set because you just can't, you really can't. And guys, y'all know, right? If these sheets were just okay, I'd be like, they're nice, they were cute, you know. But I gotta get another pair. You cannot just have one. So just save yourself the trouble already and just get
and we actually do have a benefit in the rewards. If you buy two, it does start to kick in a bundle discount. So yeah, you're gonna come back. You're gonna come back anyway. So you might as well. But let me explain to you. So you mentioned, I love the fact that I didn't have to prompt you on any of that. Like all of those, all of your responses are exactly the responses that we hope that we hear from our customers. But it's because one, bamboo is three degrees cooler than cotton. So it's gonna naturally be 3 degrees cooler. I can leave samples in my car and in the heat and take them out and you can still feel that they're cool. And it's because bamboo is trying to work against the environment and trying to keep itself cool. And so when you sleep, just a little bit of technical things. When you sleep, your body wants to be cool. So a lot of people will turn the heat up. They'll put on flannel on their beds, or they'll put an electrical blanket because they're like, oh, I want to be warm. But the reality is, your body is then fighting against its environment in order to get to that deep restorative sleep. And your body wants the room to be cool, so that bamboo sheet is helping to get your body to where it needs to be. That's why you slept longer. It's because your body was able to get deeper into that restorative sleep state.
Wow.
And so then you sleep a little bit longer. So and I get hate messages all the time. People are, oh, I can't get out of the bed. I've been in the bed all day. And I'm like, you're welcome. Your body needs it. So, and then it also has some other benefits in that it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, antiviral. So there are a lot of healing elements in bamboo. And then you mentioned, so if you have allergies and things like that, it's not going to trap any of those allergens in it so that you end up waking up sneezing, rubbing your eyes and things like that. Those sheets will repel a lot of that. Then you also mentioned the fact that they're smooth, but they're not silky, and they have a weight to them. So, and all of those things that you mentioned, and they feel amazing, right? Really so do. All of those things that you mentioned, those are 300 count thread sheets. So, but they're twice as soft as 1,000 count Egyptian cotton.
Yeah, I can tell you, they don't like, I probably, it's been a few years since I had some 300 count thread sheets.
And I'll tell you why. It's because
that at all. Wow.
If you think about, when they talk about thread count, they're talking about threads per square inch. And if you need 1,000 threads in a square inch, imagine how little and tiny those threads are. If I'm telling you that I'm twice as soft as that with only 300, that means that my threads are longer, thicker, and stronger, which also means that they're not going to rip, they're not going to pill, and not going to tear. So that's why you said when you wash them 6 or 7 times, they didn't pill. It's because it's a longer, thicker fiber. So I love, like, everything you said is an answer to everything that those sheets are meant to do. So you're not going to have tears in them. You're not going to have pills in them. And if you do, you bring them back and we will replace them. But I can guarantee you that you will not. These will be long stay. And then you talked about having one set. So you can have one set, you wash them, you put them back, you wash them, you put them back, because I guarantee you will not go back to the old ones. But if you want them to last longer, they're going to last you for 3 years if you wash them and put them back, once a week. If you want to keep them longer, you get a second pair, and now you got them for 5 or 6 years because you're switching them out. So, and then people will say, well, $200, $220 is a lot to spend on sheets. And then I often ask them, how many pairs of sheets do you have in your linen closet? Oh, I have 8 to 10 pair. How much did you pay for them? Oh, about $60. I say, okay. Well, if I tell you, the only reason why you have 8 to 10 of them is because they started to get nappy and nasty, and they're not as nice as they were when you first got them. And so you bought another pair. If I tell you, you won't have that with Bamblu. With Bamblu, you're gonna keep rocking and rolling with that same pair. Isn't that worth the investment? And people, so I tell you to get 2 so that you can wash them and swap them out. And those 2 versus the 10 of the $60 ones that you bought.
Mhm.
So much
That's
better.
right. That's so much better. So let's talk about, I'm going to go back to the campaign page. So I'm going to talk about some of the other rewards, because I want to talk about this chunky blanket. Chunky
So
throw
you
that's
asked
been
about-
out of stock.
Yes. So the chunky knit, that chunky knit weighted throw is a showstopper. So it's made of tinsel, which is another natural fiber. So it does have cooling effects as well. It's tubed in tinsel, and then there's tinsel inside of that. So it's all natural. It's weighted. So at a twin size, it's about the size of a twin size bed. But it's perfect for cuddling for 2 people on the sofa or sleeping with one. But the weight of it is 10 pounds. So that means people will say, oh, it's beautiful. You could put it on the bed, you can put it on the sofa, but the real benefit comes in the therapeutic response from it. So if you suffer from anxiety, sleep deprivation, children with autism on the spectrum, it's sensory, inspiring. So when you put it on, it actually is touching different points of the body to relax you. And when I tell you, if I need a nap and I'm cranky like a 2-year-old, if I need a nap, I will get on the sofa and I will take that blanket and I'll put it on me and I'm out. And it won't, I'm not one to take long naps. I'll take like a 30-minute nap. That's perfect for me to get that good solid nap in, because I'm going to go right out. It's going to relax me. So I'm not fighting against my nerves as I'm trying to take that nap. It's going to relax me, and I'm going to be able to be refreshed and rejuvenated. I also can use it if I want to go to sleep. I can put it on while I sleep. And I tell you, it keeps me from tossing and turning, because it does have weight to it. Keeps me from tossing and turning, but it also, again, is like a big old hug. And then I will tell you another thing. I have gifted those chunky knits to people that are grieving. And it's like sending a hug through the mail. And, people love it. So what we did was, we couldn't keep them on the shelf when we had them in stock, but we wanted to bring them back. But again, because of the quantity requirements in order to order the products that we had to order a big quantity, a huge order. So it was better to put it into the crowdfunding campaign. So that way it's like a pre-sale. So we're saying you can buy the chunky knits, and we will fill the order once we get the investment into a certain count, and then we'll get the order and then fill the order. So it's a little bit different than the sheets right now, because the sheets are actually already in, but the to be able to get back into some of these popular items that our customers love is going to require us to invest in them. And so that's a great way for us to do it, is to put it on the crowdfunding.
Nice. Very, very good. Well, I am going to place my order, because I actually have a weighted blanket, and it is not decorative at all. Like, it's just
Yeah.
yucky looking, almost looks like a sleeping bag.
Yes.
It does the job, because you're right, it does feel like a hug, but it is not beautiful.
And that is gorgeous.
It is it's so funny, because when I went to the site the very first time, it was the throw that caught my eye, and I was like, this is luxe. I was like, this is absolutely beautiful. I've never seen, we see throws all day, every day, right? I've never seen a throw that beautiful. And I was like, I've got to have this.
It is truly a showstopper. And I have people in my inbox all day long asking about when it's coming back, and I direct them to the crowdfunding, and I'm like, come on. I can tell you how we're going to get it back. So people love it, and I love it. I have 2.
I bet only 2. So guys, I'm just kind of scrolling through the rewards page so you can see everything.
Yeah.
But let's just talk about each one just so that the family is very, very clear.
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's definitely an opportunity. So this is our featured reward, which is the queen size weighted throw. And this was by request of quite a few of our customers who bought the twin size and were then subsequently in fights with their mates. Because the mates wanted to get under the covers, so like I said, the twin size is probably good for one person to sleep. The queen size would be good for two people to sleep. So that is our feature. We also have a supporting pledge where we're saying you want to support the brand and say, and let us know that you're here to support us. We are giving you a canvas bag in appreciation. We also have our tumblers. People love this tumbler. It's a beautiful tumbler. It's a narrow tumbler with the stainless steel wall, so keeps the cold stuff cold and the hot stuff hot. It is my favorite sidekick all day long. But that is what we're doing. And then we're also doing a playlist. So we create a playlist of sleep, meditation, and restorative sounds that come with that pledge as well. The next one is our dream box. So our dream box is it's a box that is full of all the things that we feel like would help you get that nice sound, serene dream state. So it's going to have bath salts and pillowcase and all the goodies. There's a lot of goodies in there, a journal, so lots of stuff. And then it also has the playlist as well in there. So that has been a very popular item for our supporters. And then this goes back to the chunky knit. So this is the twin size. This is the size that we have. We only have one size in the beginning, the first round, and that was that size there. I think that size is perfect because it allows you to be able to put it on the sofa or put it in the bed and it not take over the entire sofa. So that one's a great one. And then we start into our sheet rewards. So this is our queen reward that's going to come with a playlist. This is our queen size bedding. The bedding comes with a fitted flat and 2 pillowcases. And in the case of the queen, it's going to come with 2 standard size pillowcases.
Very good.
And then we have our king. So the king, same thing, but it's going to come with 2 king size pillowcases. And the colors that we have are going to be a crisp white. We have a Bamblu blue, which is like almost a grayish blue hue. We have a stone gray, which is a medium tone gray, very nice muted color. We also have pink, like a blush pink, and I think that is it for those colors. Yeah, and then we have steel gray, but we only have a queen.
Yeah, I've got the stone gray in king, and it is a very nice color.
Yes, it's a beautiful muted color. I think people look at the grays and they think that it has to be a gray toned room, but the reality is a gray really lets you have a neutral base.
Mm-hmm. Right, so this was the bundle. This was the queen
bundle. Yeah, so the bundle, so that way you get 2 sets of queens. So you get the 2 flat, 2 fitted, and the 4 pillowcases. And for me, the person that the pillowcases go missing as much as the socks do in my house. It's always good to have those 4 pillowcases. Okay, and then we do the twice as nice with the king as well. Okay, and then we start looking at a total comfort where we add in a duvet cover. So I'm not sure if you all are into the duvets, but I love a good duvet cover because you can put an insert in there, and that insert can be fluffy, it could be down, it could be down alternative, but it just adds just a level of class to the bed, and it allows you to be able to take that duvet off and throw it in the wash machine and not have to worry about overloading your machine with a big old comforter. So I love the flexibility of a duvet. So that package does come with a duvet. And then to choose the colors, once you do invest and pick your reward, we'll contact you. Of course, we're going to contact you to say thank you. And then we're going to also contact you and see what you would like to, what color you would like us to fill. And then we got this bedding bliss bundle. I know you guys are saying, what am I going to do with 10 sets of sheets? Well,
the holidays are coming.
The holidays are coming. Absolutely. And not only that, you have I have interior designers that like to stock bedding to be able to fill for their customers. I have boutique owners that like to have, would like to have a bedding investment to be able to sell to their customers. So there are a lot of opportunities, but I think Christmas is probably the biggest one. There are customers, I have customers that throughout the holiday season, they'll come and they'll buy, 2 or 3 sets, and then they'll buy a bunch of pajamas. And these are loyal Bamblu customers who know that their gifts are going to be received very, very well. So they come all through the season and purchase all of their Bamblu. So the corporate wellness experience is a unique opportunity to have me come in and talk to your corporate environment or your small business environment and your staff and give them a talk on how to be able to be your best self. So showing up as your best self because you've invested in yourself. You're building a better sleep environment, creating that sleep sanctuary. So there are a lot of different opportunities that I have to be able to talk to a group, and also talking about the 3 pillars of health, when it talks about sleep, nutrition and exercise, and how the 3 of those pillars come together to really act as a tripod to support the body. So there's a lot of opportunities for me to come in and build a team environment, a team activity, a team day to be able to talk to the environment on how we can do that for your group.
Nice. Very, very good.
Tracy said she loves a good weighted blanket. I always thought when I was younger, I was like, why do I like so much on my bed? I realized I was trying to create a weighted blanket. I actually, I used to take drapery fabric and drapery fabric on one side and velvet on the other side. And I would have it, a seamstress to make me duvets out of that. And then I would put the weighted down comforter inside. That thing was heavy. But it was so comforting. So yeah, there is something to be said about a weighted blanket.
Very good. We've got a couple of questions. Bernard says, will your sheets help us sweat less at night? And are your men's pajamas cool? And are there men's tops available?
Yes. So your first question, the sheets will help you sweat less. So there's 2 things in that. Because bamboo is a naturally cooling fabric, it's going to be 3 degrees cooler than cotton, as I mentioned, but it's going to adjust to the body's temperature. So the unique thing is, you mentioned earlier, Tawana, that your partner sleeps one way and you sleep the other. Mm-hmm. The benefit of the bamboo is it helps to alleviate sleep divorce because it's going to adjust to both. So if you do sleep hot, it's going to release the heat and try to keep your body temperature cool so that you can get that deeper sort of sleep. If you sleep cold, it's going to trap that body heat to try to keep your body at that optimal temperature. So when we say it's a magical fabric, I am not kidding. It really is. What it's also going to do, though, is it's going to wick the sweat off of you. So if, like, my husband was sweating completely through his pajamas at night, where he would have to get up and change his pajamas and then put towel down because it was so hot, the sheets actually will wick that off of you so that you don't have that uncomfortable, sticky, heat and sweat throughout the night. And then you asked about the men's pajamas. They do have the same properties because they are also bamboo. So our pajamas are made of bamboo, 95% bamboo and 5% spandex. And we put that spandex in there so that you have that stretch, so that you don't have a restriction when you sleep. But they're going to wick that moisture off of you. They're cool to the touch. Look, when I know that I'm getting ready to put on my bamboo and get in the bed, I look forward to putting the pajamas on. And the good thing is, it's not just for sleep, it's for lounging. Like, you can put those pajamas on and watch a football game. You can put those pajamas on and answer the door, because they look good, they feel good, and they're meant to keep you comfortable.
Wow. You talk about sleep divorce, and I remember when my mom and dad first kind of separated rooms, right? And you think about, like, what's going on here? Is there trouble in paradise? And I remember my mother complaining because my dad sweat at night. Yeah. And that just was not her thing. She was not okay with that, right? And so she put him out. And as you had your sheets,
He said, not on my good sheets.
She was not having it. She really wasn't. But you know, his sheets were wet. Like it was not attractive. It was not a sexy
Yeah.
thing at all.
Yeah. It's not the sexy thing to talk about, but it happens.
But it
A
happens.
lot
And so
more
there's a
than
solution to that.
exactly. And then Patrice mentioned menopause. Exactly. So I have a lot of conversations about menopause. I like to say we're here to help you solve your own personal summers. Because I mean, and menopause is, you know, a lot of women who may not have ever had any type of sleep issues before are now walking into this phase of life where they don't know what to do about it. And they're just like, what is this? I can't get comfortable. I'm sweating through the night. What do I do? And then they're turning to all of these, you know, different drugs and things that the doctors are telling them about. But the reality is there are natural remedies to be able to get your, you don't want to take a bunch of things that you're trying to test out. Try something that is natural first in changing the environment, and then see how that affects you when you sleep. And then also, because it's loungewear, the pajamas are loungewear, when you start to feel overheated, take those day clothes off and put that loungewear on, because it's cooling and it's going to help you work your way through some of those changes.
Very, very good. We've got another question from Shanette. Hey, sister. Shanette's my sister. She wants to know, how deep is the fitted sheet?
So the fitted sheets are actually designed for deep fitting mattresses. What I did was I wanted to make sure that because nowadays people aren't doing a lot of the mattresses on the box springs. They're doing a very thick mattress with a mattress topper. So I wanted to make sure that we were accommodating that. So the mattress, it will fit 16 to 18 inches of depth, which is pretty standard for the new high mattresses.
Very good. Bernard says, I Fund Women seems more like a Kickstarter. Will you have actual investor offering them shares sometime in the future?
I will actually, yes. So we want to do an investment option where we have a debt investment that is convertible into equity at the end. So yes, thank you for that question.
Very good. And when that happens, we want you right back here.
I will be. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Dwayne said, what are your plans after this round is over? If you ultimately decide to present an equity round with prior supporters, have it invited early. So you just answered that. So yes.
Yeah. And I definitely would come back to prior supporters first. Because again, there's a benefit of talking to a community that knows, likes, and trusts you. And I believe that with the brand, with the product, and with the open communication that I've always fostered with this brand, I believe that the group that supports me now is the group that truly believes in the brand, and that's who I want to benefit from the scale and the success of the brand.
Yeah, I can speak from my experiences that having tried this product, I would absolutely invest in it if there was some kind of debt, equity, convertible note. Absolutely. This is a proven product. It is an amazing product. And like I told you, I don't play about my sheets. Like, and so now I got to figure out, Shanette, do any of the kids have king size beds? Because now I got to gift some old sheets.
Look, and then they're going to be looking at you like, Auntie, I can't get house. I saw what you
never putting those other sheets on my beds again. Like, real talk. I'm looking at this bundle over here because I need 2 more king sets. I can't be doing laundry every 3 days. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something else. So the other thing about, now everybody has their own cadence on how often they wash their sheets, but Bamblu is it's odor resistant. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial, so you don't have to wash them every 3 days.
I got a little OCD, Angela.
Okay. That's what I said. Everybody has their own cadence.
OCD. And I'll expose myself. I am a dog mom, and the dogs get on the bed.
Oh yeah.
Judge me if you will. That's okay.
That'll do it. That's her baby. That's her baby. I get it. Look, I get it. You heard my fur baby just now.
Oh my goodness. Any other questions for Angela?
This has been great. Great question.
I'm glad. Any other questions? Did you guys have any questions about any of the other products? You want us to go to the website and look at the pajamas?
So sure. So in the pajamas, so you will see that there are pajamas that we have a wide range of pajamas. We have some really fun joggers that have cute sayings on them. We had a really good time creating those. Again, leaning into the community. We have an online community called Bamblu Sleep Lounge. Feel free to join the Sleep Lounge on Facebook. We have these things called Bamblu boardroom. So we'll jump into the Sleep Lounge and we'll say in the boardroom, okay, y'all, we're looking at designing a new jogger and this is going to be the color. What do you guys think we should put on it? And here's what I'm thinking. And then people will come to the table with their ideas. And if we select one of those ideas, we usually do offer a free set to that, the person that we selected. And then we come back and we explain why does that fit the brand? Why does that, fit our audience? And it's a really great opportunity to just bring people into the brand and give them an opportunity to to have a vote and to have a say. So I love doing stuff like that. I love being able to bring people into the journey of the brand.
Nice. Well, let's go and see, just so that we've got the campaign link. You guys have the rewards, but there's a whole shopping experience to be had.
So Patrice asked, where do I get the fabric and the products? So right now I am sourcing my products primarily from China. And that's because one, I can't, it's difficult to find that blend of fabric in anywhere else. And I've tried. That blend of fabric is very unique and it feels amazing. And I would hate to change that and change no pun intended, change the thread of the brand. But we are looking at being able to source from Canada. We have a Canadian contact right now, but he can't. I gave him our recipe and I'm trying to get him to bake the cake and have it taste just like Bamblu. And we haven't gotten there yet. But once we do want to bring it, even if we're only able to get it to North America, that's going to be the first step in us getting closer to our shores so that we can have more hands-on in terms of how quickly we get our products, how quickly we get our products, how quickly we can get things replenished, because if you see right now, there are some items on our site that are out of stock. And it's again, because we are sourcing all the way from China. So the amount of product that we have to order is huge. And it also means that we have to produce with a really long timeline. We won't have to do that once we bring it on shore. So that is another area that you'll see in the pitch on our page. That's another area that we want to invest in, is being able to help that provider in Canada to be able to, the supplier in Canada to be able to find the fabrics. We've also toyed with the idea of producing the fabric and producing a Bamblu fabric instead of bamboo. And that way we produce that fabric, we manufacture that fabric. And then that way we won't have to worry about.
Wow.
Yeah.
But then again, in order to do that, that would be wonderful, but that's where you need the capital to be able to do all of these things, right? And so in addition to the rewards campaign and all of those items, there's a whole shopping experience on the website, bamblu.co. Yes. And so I just went to shop, I did all, and we've got, here's the lounge / sleepwear, because it does look very loungy. Like it does look like you could just, be in front of company with this on. It doesn't.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
like that.
And I will tell you, so you'll see we do have men and women's. And I will tell you, we introduced the men's line in holiday 2019, and it was a direct response of the customers that were coming to shop for their wives and were upset that they couldn't buy anything for themselves. And they said, can you bring it in, can you have some men's stuff so we can just try it? We would love to be able to try it. So I said, well, I'm going to try it for the holiday. And when I tell you, we bought that men's pajama set in, and I could not keep it on the shelves. It sold out every single. We didn't even get it to the door before it would sell out, and that stayed consistent for a year and a half, just trying to get it in. So, and then we introduced the shorts, we introduced the sleeveless shirt, we introduced the robe, and men's pajamas by far is our best seller.
Wow, that's interesting. Some good deals are on here too, guys.
Yeah. So we have some good deals. Those are the ones you see with the 50% off. Those are in our sale called that we're calling our final few. So we only have a few left. We only have a few sizes and a few left. So we discounted those to be able to give you a great deal.
Very nice. I think you're gonna have a few less after tonight.
Let's hope so. We also had a last couple of weeks ago, we had an in-person shopping experience at the warehouse where we had people to come in, and it was amazing. I love doing in-person events because, you know, as an e-commerce business, you don't always get a chance to, you know, to interact with the customers. They're usually on the store shopping on their own. And to be able to actually come in and have them come in and meet them. And I always, as soon as they came through the door, I say, do you follow us online? And they would tell me their names, and I know their name right off the bat because I just know my customers like that. And I was like, oh, you bought da 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 da. And I was so happy to be able to get a chance to meet them, and then also to get some feedback on what they're looking for, what their experience is, so that I can inject that into the customer journey going forward.
I love that. This is a good site. I'm not gonna close it because I'm gonna go back to it when we done, but I'm gonna stop sharing. I see a couple of things on sale. I
Thank you,
like.
Crystal.
Let's see. We've got another question. Bernard says, when will the men's 1X or 2X PJs be back in stock? It says sold out.
Okay, so we do have 1X, it depends on the color. So if you switch through the different colors, you should be able to find 1X and 2X. We don't have every color in stock. And it would depend on the color to let you know when they will be coming back. But we do have a production timeline that would probably say we wouldn't get those back in until late fall.
Chandra said, oh, Chandra, very good. So Chandra's saying, so one of the things we do here, Angela, is that we make connections also, right? Because you are founder number, Talisha, keep me honest. Is she 98 or 99?
99.
99, okay. You are the 99th founder. And so you can imagine with 99 founders coming through the 10K project, there are a lot of connections that we're able to make. And so Chandra is saying to connect you with OneKin. So OneKin is a marketplace where Black founders can get customers, right? And so I make that connection. And then also Nandi's List. I don't know if you've heard of Nandi's List, but
Nandi's List actually referred me to you.
Okay, so Antonio referred you here. Okay, wonderful. Yes, so she already knows Nandi's List. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But let me make a note to connect you with OneKin, because that's a really great idea.
Look, you're only one away from the big 100. I feel like I want to come back to be the one.
Oh goodness, we are only one away.
That is awesome.
It has been a wonderful
journey.
That's
a huge impact, Tawana. That is a huge impact.
It's been great. It's been absolutely great. I wish we could do more, but being a part of the founder's journey in the way that we've been is absolutely wonderful. And it just brings me joy to know that we have been able to help, right? Our goal is always to continue to grow the 10K project community. The more members means more capital that we can raise for Black founders. So that recipe is very simple. So everything we do is with that in mind, because we just don't want you guys out there begging the banks and, just all of the stuff that we go through, or giving up all of the equity in the company and all of those things that we have to deal with as founders. We get to live in our purpose and do so without selling everything and giving everything up. And unfortunately, we've been put in a position from a community standpoint where that's the standard, right? We get less funding than everyone else. We've got to do twice as good. We've got to show twice as much proof, all of those things, like that we're viable, all of those things. And as a community, if we come together, we've proven that we can do this. We can do this. So many communities like this, right? There's so many funds out there that are helping Black founders. We're not a fund, we're a community of investors, but there's so many other places that have taken some of this model and they're using it to help Black founders. And if we do that across this country, right, across the world, even in our small pockets, right, 10K Project does not have to help everybody and save everyone, right? But if enough communities come up and do this, Black founders won't have to worry about anything. They'll have the access to the capital, right? And they'll have it from places that look like them. And at the same time, we're building wealth as well, right? When you talk about the investment opportunities. And so it really is win-win. It's the thing that, you know, I believe is going to change the trajectory of many lives, not just the founder, but the investor as well. You know, there have been unicorns coming through this thing here. And
I can imagine.
they are coming through, and it may be 5-10 years before they realize that, before the rest of the world realizes it. But we've seen some amazing deal flow. I mean, you guys are Black excellence in person. Everyone who has come through here is Black excellence. And so I am honored. I am honored to have had 99 amazing conversations with amazing founders who didn't just have a dream or a vision or let a problem be a problem, right? They decided to solve it. Being in the presence of people who didn't just have a thought and let it sit somewhere for 5-10 years, right?
Or wait for someone else to come up.
Wait for somebody else to do it. I mean, the biggest and the best part of this job for me is being in the presence of the greatness that I'm sitting, you know, on this screen talking to week after week, people who make me better because you guys did it. You got up and you did it, and you're making these dreams happen. And everybody's got a story, right? You solved a problem for your husband. Other people are solving issues for, you know, tech issues or other industries. And it's just, I mean, as a people, we are truly amazing. And for people who tap into this founder space, you guys are brave. We all are brave, right? I say you guys, I'm one too, right? I'm brave, crazy or brave. I don't know which one we are.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. But then to do the amazing work and try to raise capital, it's hard. It's a lot of work to balance both. And so we're just glad we could help. Just glad we could help.
Yeah, and I really do appreciate it. I know that you know, sometimes that's a daunting process for a founder, right? Is because, you know, they look at it like, well, if the banks don't believe in me, you know, how can I believe in me? But the reality is, you know, we're all we have. You know, nothing else is a guarantee, but we are all we have. And if this is an opportunity for me to get up here and show you my business and show you my heart, to show you what it is that I'm building, it's something that I have to do, and I only get to do it because you've built the platform. You know, so that really does make a huge difference to me. There are a lot of small businesses that die on the vine because they can't find their way to a platform like this. So being out there, not only being out there to, you know, offer the platform, but having the name that means that every time I mentioned in this particular group, I mentioned that I was, you know, I heard, oh, you should check out the 10K Project. Oh, have you talked to the 10K Project? So that means that not only have you built the platform, but you built the reputation, you know, that you are doing good work and that people are coming onto your platform and it's making a difference. So thank you.
That's beautiful. And I'm going to read these two questions, but I want to go back to something we talked about a moment ago. The person who says $200 for sheets, right? I'm going to say this. I know that Martha Stewart don't need another $79.99 from any of us, right? So we're going to keep buying sheets from people who don't look like us when there is a superior product, right? I'm here to tell you, I've slept on these things, right? There's a superior product out there that we should be considering. You know, at some point, we change how the world sees the value in us, right? And so we have got to start patronizing our Black establishments, right? We talk about it. You buy Black, why not invest Black? you invest black, why not buy black, right? And so this is a product that I'm telling you that I can tell you the sheets, right? Now the blanket is beautiful, right? The pajamas look stylish and comfy, but I'm telling you about these sheets. No lies detected.
Yeah, they are the business.
No lies detected. And so, you know, I will not buy another pair from anywhere else, because I'm telling you, these have truly, yes, these have truly changed my life. I am home for sure. Absolutely. Sarah says, apart from production, what does your 3 to 5 year goal look like? Do you plan to stay direct to customer, or is brick and mortar in the future?
Oh, great question. So our 3 to 5 year plan, I mean, it's not even 3 year, but the next phase of Bamblu is going to be, it's going to have a very heavy retail focus. So we are actually working on getting into our retail now. That is another leg of what we want to do with some of the investment. In order for us, so I talked a little bit about the amount of inventory. When we do put an order, it has to be a larger amount than typical. So our minimum order quantities are quite large. But the benefit of that is it allows us to get into those retail environments without hesitation. So we've hesitated over the last year or so trying to execute those retail opportunities because they all required us to be able to ship to them and be able to stuff their coffers as well as ours. So being able to invest in the inventory the way that we need to means that it opens the door for us to be able to get into the retail. Now, a lot of people will say retail is not what it used to be, brick and mortar is not what it used to be. And I would agree with that. But I would also say that brick and mortar affords you the opportunity to show the brand to a lot of different people, to be able to stand on the platform of a Macy's or a Target or a Amazon. That allows people to begin to trust the brand, because now they see your brand in other areas. So if they're doing the research and they get a chance to see that brand, they know that there's a trust factor in there because the brand is standing on these other platforms. But also, as these people are going to buy their sheets anyway, they're going to a Macy's, I'm interrupting their path to purchase by showing them Bamblu, where they may not have looked online to see it before, but now they see it in a store. So retail absolutely has to be one of our next venture, and it's coming quickly, to the point of we have already signed all the documents and crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's. Now we just need to stuff the coffers with the product. We also want to be able to get into some of the smaller brick and mortars, the boutiques. And you notice one of the options that we had in our crowdfunding was to be able to let a small boutique come in and purchase some products to be able to put on their shelves. That's important as well, because again, that customer who shops in a boutique environment is the customer that would also shop and have a and not have such a focus on the price of the product, but the quality, the accessibility, and the brand. So again, those are really important. I actually had a brick and mortar at one point in my first business back in 2007 and from 2007 to 2009, right during the recession. I had a brick and mortar store where I was selling furniture, accessories, and design services. So I do have an interior design degree. And during that time, after that, I said, oh, I will never do another brick and mortar again, but when you start to look at having a niche product like this, you start to wonder, is the brick and mortar in the future again for a niche product? I think it would be very advantageous of me to look at some of these environments that there's a community called Trilith here in Atlanta. It's a community that is built around luxury. And they have stores, they have restaurants, they have houses, it's a beautiful community. In an environment like that, I can see a brick and mortar for Bamblu. Other than that, I would yield to putting Bamblu on a shelf in an environment like that. So yeah, there is an opportunity down the line to have a Bamblu brick and mortar. That would be more of the 5-year plan down the line. But in the next 90 days, you will see Bamblu in the Macy's and the Amazon, and so like I said, all those documents have been filled out. It's just a matter of being able to supply them with the product.
Oh, that is wonderful, wonderful news. Sarah says, are there any talent gaps on your current team that you've been hoping or that you're hoping to fill with this campaign? Do you have any partners?
Absolutely. So no, I do not have a partner. I am solo. I do hire some very talented contractors. They're not W-2. I would love to be able to turn one of those contractors into a W-2 COO. I feel like that's a huge talent gap, because if that person isn't dedicated to Bamblu, then there's an opportunity for me to miss some really great injection of talent. I have somebody in mind of who I would love to bring on board, and to bring on board in that realm. She has done amazing work for Bamblu as a contractor, but I know that that position needs to be a full-time W-2 in order to really get the juice that they're able to bring. I also have a contractor that has been not consistent, and it's in the marketing realm, and they do email and SMS messaging, but she is phenomenal. If she turns her light on, it's like a cab. If she turns her light on, she's making money. And I would love to have her as a full-time employee as well. So those are two positions that I know are revenue generating. And the minute you turn their light on, that cab is gonna get money.
I need her number before you hire her full-time.
Yeah, I have a phenomenal team. And then I'm in a very unique environment for my warehouse. So I am in a collaborative warehouse environment where I have 500 square feet within, I think there's 100,000 square feet. And there's all these different businesses in there. They all have their own. So it's a great in terms of electricity and being able to to feed off of the energy in the room or in the environment. But we also all have access to staff. So we can leverage people to do our, to work as fulfillment, to work as, anything that we need them to do, whether it's inventory management, fulfilling orders, but we just leveraging a collective staff, which is great for the business. So that means I don't have to spend the money on someone to sit there for 40 hours a week, filling orders, even if there's nothing to fill, or, filling inventory. I only leverage that position when I need it. So that's a great save for the business, because it allows me to spend the money when I need to and save it when I don't.
Shout out to Atlanta. That's a wonderful business model.
It is. And they actually are, they're across the country now. They have, they opened here first. Now we have 3 locations here in Atlanta. It's called Saltbox. And they have 12 locations across.
I've heard of Saltbox.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be on there. I'm actually going to be part of their caravan when they're gonna start going on the road in September, going around and talking to people about the brand and what we do. And they always say, which makes me feel really good, is they judge the health of their business on what Bamblu is doing. Because I've been one of the first and most consistent players in there, and I don't mind giving you my feedback to let you know what's going on, what's impacting my business. So, so we get a chance. So I get a chance to go around with them and talk about how my business has grown and how I'm able to scale more. Put some effort into the scaling without having to overburden my labor line by being in Saltbox.
Nice. Ms. Patrice says, what's the difference in buying on the I Fund Women campaign site versus the website?
So the I Fund Women campaign site is we're actually attributing all the revenues in there to the crowdfunding, as opposed to it going towards working capital. It's actually going towards the crowdfunding campaign. Ideally, there's not a huge difference in the cost, and I didn't want to do that where we created a crowdfunding campaign reward where you would pay significantly more for that reward than you would on site. It's more of how we are handling that fund in the back end to be able to direct those funds to take the margins from those sales and directly apply them to those efforts that we're trying to increase, as opposed to putting it right into the
But in some situations, like I'll give me as an example, I may have to go to both places, right? Because I want my chunky throw.
Yeah.
And so to be able to reserve that, I need to do that on the campaign page, but I'm gonna go look at them sale lounge wear.
Yeah.
And that's on the site. So I know that I'm gonna have 2 transactions this evening.
Yeah. And I know that for the sake of the investment in the brand, I know that it's a better investment to go and ask, and actually do a debt raise or an equity raise, because all of those funds then come towards the actual growth of the business. That is also that's a heavier lift to be able to do that, but it's definitely necessary as we start to really look at the scale and being able to really utilize the funds that we need to grow further.
I think you're doing it the right way though, right? I mean, when you think about crowdfunding, starting with the rewards campaign when you are product-based business is the logical first phase. I mean, it really, really is, to get some of that capital infused in that then allow you to do some of the other things, because the crowdfunding campaign, when you look at debt and equity, those things have fees associated with them, right? I mean, some of the platforms charge an upfront fee. You have to get an attorney to look through things. Depending on how much money you're trying to raise, you may need 2 years of audited financials. That has to happen from a special tax professional, right? It's not just a regular accountant. And so, this makes sense, in my opinion.
And that was the feedback I was getting from the others as well, is it makes sense to go this route. And then even as we do the debt raise, offering a rewards based opportunity as a downsell after you pitch the so yeah, we've toyed with a lot of different ways to approach it. Again, figuring it that this would be the best way to get it out there and be able to move forward quickly. And the fact that we had already invested in the bedding, so we knew that the bedding was coming, and this was and so we could do that without having to put all of the money into the production of it. And then also being able to fulfill those quicker. So you see how you were able to get your bedding before the timeline that we had actually had on the campaign, because we had already had those coming in. So yeah, it makes sense to be able to go ahead and put that as part of the crowdfund as well, because it's a product that everybody was waiting for, and it's a product that we knew we would have access to be able to fulfill quickly.
Yeah, great. Bernard said he ordered his PJs. Crystal said she ordered hers.
Thank you.
Very, very good. So, Ms. Patrice, I think hopefully you got your answer with which is the best place to order. Do both, like I'm going to do.
Thank you so much. And I have an event next month. I have a milestone birthday. Yes, I'm turning 20. No. No, but my birthday and my anniversary and the business anniversary is on the same day. So we're actually going to turn the event, the anniversary, I'm calling it a birthday-versary. We're going to actually turn that into a fundraising event. So we're going to have the campaign available for those that are going to attend, so that we can invest through that as well. So we have some pretty cool things set up. And then we're actually going to also do a sound bath event, so that people can, as they invest in, one of the rewards will be, if you're local, will be a sound bath event here in Atlanta, so that we get through a whole restoration, meditation, rejuvenation experience. and people can do that as well. So that was some of the feedback that I got as well in terms of a crowdfunding campaign, is to sometimes offer time-bound options, time-bound rewards, so that people can participate in that as well. So we're looking forward to kicking up the promotion of the campaign as we start to wind down into our last 40 days, so that we can see some great investments into the campaign and be able to do some great things.
Nice, wonderful. Larry Mickens, actually, this is Mrs. Mickens asking this question. Larry is a founder too. He's got this amazing ladder that he's trying to bring to market. It's an amazing ladder too.
I need to talk about a ladder. I've been sitting, I love ladders.
Listen, you need to connect with Mrs. and Mr. Mickens then, because he's got the ladder. He just needs the capital, right? Same problem. He just needs capital. Yep. But Mrs. Mickens says, how does Bamblu compare or differ from Chics?
Chics, I believe Chics has a silver infused bedding. I believe that they do. Yeah, I don't consider them one of my competitors because they have a silver infused. Okay. I don't have that. My competitors that I compare to is like a Cozy Earth. Cozy Earth, you'll know that you'll see that they actually have Oprah Winfrey as one of her favorite things. I wish I would have got to her first, right. but I will tell you, we have a lot of the same connections with Cozy Earth. I know how they produce. I know the fabrics that they use, and I will say we are a superior brand. I will also, and I do test products. Before I ever came out to the world saying that I am a superior brand, I tested the products to make sure. And I will also say that what they do have that is a benefit for them is they have access to capital. So they were able to come in hitting the ground running because they put a lot of money into their marketing, and they were able to put a lot of money into the production. And those are the two things that I often find are the sticking points for scaling, is not having enough money for production to really be able to, permeate the market, and then not being able to fund the movement of that product. So I would say that those are the biggest competitive benefits that they have, or advantages that they have over Bamblu. And I will also say Brooklinen is another competitor. The competitive advantage that we have over them is that they don't have they have a high quality or luxury sheet, but they don't have bamboo, and it makes a difference. Their customers also often complain that their product is stiff, and that it is that it pills, and it's because they're using a cotton. But they have a fan base that follows them. They have a true blue customer fan base, but it's not based on the same things that my customers are looking for. My customers are looking for something to help them with, with the sweating and the menopause symptoms, and in the comfort and the, so they're the same customer, but they're looking for different things. And then there's also Caraloha. So Caraloha is a bamboo-based bedding company. And I will tell you, I am a fan of Caraloha, and it's not because of their product. I love their product. I like mine more. I love mine more. It's because they are a true blue supporter. When I first came into the market, I was trying to find out more about bamboo products, and I was looking for some guidance, and their team actually helped me to understand the product more. They gave me access to their product, so that I could sell their product, because I didn't have enough colors and, to get started. And they said, well, we'll sell it to you at such and such price point, and then you can sell it, and just until you can get your stuff, get your stuff together. Meet us at the show in Las Vegas. We'll talk to you and give you more pointers. We'll show you how we do the show. So I am always going to be a true fan of Caraloha. They're actually on cruise ships. They're at a lot of ports. They have brick and mortar. So I would love to be able to leverage more knowledge from them down the line on how I can how they were able to do the brick and mortar and do it well. And then not only that, how they were able to get onto these cruise ships and be able to bridge that kind of collaboration. That's impressive. And then I think, yeah, so when you ask about competitors, I'm pretty well versed on who the competitors are. But I also keep an eye open for gimmicky type of bedding. So there are some fly by night, some companies that come in and come out. There are also companies who will have an inferior product but put a celebrity's name on it to try to give it more credibility. And that's not at all what I stand for. So I don't consider that a competitor. You don't have to know my name or anybody else's name who has tried it. You just need to listen to the customer, and they'll let you know that this is a product that truly works for them, that they truly believe in, and that they stand behind. And that to me is really important.
Nice. As you were talking and you said the cruise ships and all of that, it made me think of another connection. So we had a company pitch in Wasi Global Retreats. Amazing founder Tanisha Barnes has a retreat in Morocco that is getting ready to open. And there are 10 rooms in the house and then 20 bungalows. And she needs bedding. And so
I'll go over there and make the bed.
Make the bed for her. I'm gonna make that connection this evening with Tanisha because I think this will be
love that.
She's in the middle of designing everything now for a January open date.
Okay.
So
and we actually do custom pajamas as well. So for retreats and ladies' night in and stuff like that, we have done custom pajamas. We've done conferences as well, custom pajamas with logos and all the good stuff, so that people can have a really nice experience, level up the experience with a custom pajama.
Wonderful.
Robe or bedding.
I like that. Good. Nice. Okay, Larry, Mrs. Mickens, I assume this is still Mrs. Mickens, says, love my sheiks, but will definitely give Bamblu a try.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I would love to hear your feedback. If you do a comparative analysis on the two, I would love to hear what you say.
Oh, and Talisha just said Tanisha is actually watching on Facebook.
Oh,
so, T. Barnes, I'm going to be making a connection this evening. So super excited. But Miss Patrice says 2 sheet sets ordered.
Thank you. I really do appreciate you.
Any other questions for Miss Angela, guys?
This has been so much fun. And thank you guys for being so welcoming. I really felt very comfortable. I'm really enjoying this.
Very welcome. Well, I'll give my closing statements, and then Angela, I'll leave it to you to take us home. But, guys, this is a rewards-based opportunity, right? So a little different than what we typically talk about on Tuesday night. Just a little though, right? The goal is here at the 10K Project to support Black founders, help them raise the capital that they need so they get to the next level of success. That's what we're doing here tonight, right? We're just doing it by investing in or buying a product, right? Versus just investing in a deal term. And so the mission is the same, the goal is the same. In a lot of ways, rewards-based projects give us a little more of immediate gratification, right? Because we do this amazing thing and we get something in return. That's the beauty of a rewards campaign. I can tell you that if you struggle with sleep, this is going to make a difference in your life, right? I can say that without any hesitation and being completely honest with the, she's not giving me free sheets. So I'm not saying it because I'm not saying it because I'm getting anything in return. I'm going to go on there and buy my sheets like you bought your sheets. But I can tell you that it truly is superior to anything I've ever owned before. And I'm a 1,000 thread sheet kind of girl. When Bed Bath & Beyond went out of business, I stocked up.
Oh yeah.
And so now I like real talk. I got to give away some sheets because I'm never going to use them again. They don't even meet the criteria anymore. The bar has been absolutely raised. And so we have an opportunity here this evening, like we do every week, to support a Black founder. This time it is by either going to the website and buying something or investing in the campaign, or both, right? In some situations, or both. And so, I think we've come upon an amazing company that I know that I am going to enjoy being a customer of for years and years to come. Super excited to see the growth of Bamblu and what Angela and her team are going to do and how they're going to grow. Absolutely looking forward to the next round of capital raise, when it, there could be a debt or a convertible note, and we would love to have you back here with us to help support you again on that journey. And so thank you so much for joining us. To the community, thank you guys for showing up and showing out again tonight. Bernard said he's going to order his sheets next week. Very good, Bernard. Very
Bernard.
But super, super excited. Ayana said, I just ordered pajama set.
Oh, thank
So
you.
keep those orders coming, guys. And like Bernard, if this, we're gonna keep it real here. If this is not the disposable income check, then by all means, come back to the site next week when you do have the disposable income check, and let's get some sheets. This is my disposable income check, so I'm gonna get that chunky blanket before it sell out again. I'm gonna get my name on the chunky blanket list. That's what I'm gonna do for sure.
Thank you.
So
thank
any
you.
final statements from you, my dear?
I just want to say thank you so much. Again, thank you to you, Tawana, for creating this platform, for inviting me to come and speak to your audience, for trusting me to be able to present to your audience something that you knew that they would love. Thank you guys for listening, for having me be able to come on here and talk about the business. I love Bamblu. I love the business that I'm building. I know that I never signed up for something that was going to be easy. I signed up because I believed in the product and I believed in the brand, and I believe that there's an opportunity to really impact the way that people live their day to day by just impacting the way that they sleep. So I am so honored to be able to have this opportunity. I look forward to being able to let people know and sing the praises of what it means to really take control of the investment of your business. We don't have to rely on what the banks are saying. We don't have to rely on what even the economy is saying. We are the ones we've been waiting for. So if there's an opportunity for us to create a path forward, it's a project like the 10K project. There's an opportunity in a platform like this that's going to help us to do it. So I appreciate you. For those of you who have purchased tonight, thank you. For those of you who listened, thank you. And if you have it in your heart to share this business, share the links with your friends and family, I really do appreciate it. I look forward to the opportunity to impress you with Bamblu and the products that we have. And I look forward to seeing you again in the community. I can't wait to come back and pitch to you on from an equity perspective, because I really think that this is a great business and I would love to be able to have you guys be a part of it.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. Consider the holidays, some early shopping. When we're looking at the site, consider that. So you don't see anything that you need personally, think about your loved ones. Definitely could be something. Think about those loved ones that have trouble sleeping, right? Consider them, and definitely, absolutely share the heck out of this campaign link. We'll have it in your newsletter. We'll have it on the Facebook Live. For those of you who've copied it, here to save it on your computers so that you can go to it later, but definitely share it. Thank you, Angela, so much. Jesse, I see your note. I will definitely make that connection with Tanisha and Caribbean Water. Thank you guys so much for being here and for joining us. Once again, we'll see you next week where we will celebrate the 100th founder. But super excited. Angela, much love. Thank you so much for changing my life personally. Being sleep deprived is not a good thing. And every extra hour of sleep that I get as a result of these sheets, I just thank you because it's an hour that I can then wake up more refreshed and do good things in the world. So thank you so very much, my dear.
Thank you. You guys have
a good evening. Bye, everyone.